YouTubers, I'm back with the sacred mission, 24th letter. The day that mankind domesticated the animals and bred earth, that he started sowing his field, that he planted his vines and fruit trees, the electrobiological effect started to grind and earth the natural effect. Then came the day when men started to smoke the meat and make cookies. Fire had entered into the preparation of food. The culinary art, being born, had dug a trench between the alimentation of man and that of the animals. Day by day, the trench grew wider, deeper, and slowly but surely. Much later, the greatest blow occurred when the art of conserving and canning was invented. The preserved food, be it vegetable, fruit, meat, fish, milk, fruit juice, sterilized or pasteurized milk, the cold refrigerator, the freezer, or any other modern idea called progress, all of this leads us to consume dead food. It contains very little to permit the proper natural effect of a true electrobiological food. How much fresh food, supposedly, is not? Some meats look good even though they are very old, which is a sign of no life within. The killing may have been done prior week, months, and even years. The fruit or vegetables that we expect to be aesthetic in appearance have been kept in cold rooms for many months, as well as many other foods. If you add to this the current use of chemical used in all phases of agriculture, not to mention the fertilizer, that engender monstrous products depleted of the electrobiological balance, these foods have little for a giving of life through the food chain, as men used to know it. The result is seen in the miseries existing in the world that are results of not accomplishing the sacred mission required by every living thing. A vicious circle. Certain refinements evidently cause many ills. The inconsiderate use of aluminum pots and pans, certain preserved cans, the inappropriate use of cheap plastic, copper and lead pipes. Man's mouth is inappropriate in shape for him to eat fruit, eggs. The water contained in both must have been a prime source of his liquid. This is vegetable water as compared to mineral water. Vegetable water fully electrified with natural salts of the earth, very easily assimilated, is what nourish man's body and bones, and this made him very conductive to the currents of conduction passing through him. Hold on. From he had his mission accomplished. The other waters except the rain contain inassimilating salts. These remain within the body but undissolved, thereby not creating a medium of resistance required for the proper flow of electricity, and thereby contradicting the requirement of the sacred mission. Must be better like that. In the case of insufficient water from the vegetable world, the normal replacement would be rainwater. This water is available as if being served at your front door. Added to the advantages of vegetable water, rainwater is as good in electrical charge to create a degree of conduction within the body for continuing of the sacred mission. if therefore continues life. However, if water from the creeks and river were consumed, this also would be normal due to the proper mixing within many soils. If therefore continues life, we are very far from these situations. Our city waters are treated, saturated with chlorine, sterilized with rays sometimes, and circulate in plastic, cement, iron, lead, copper pipes. These waters are most often polluted prior to their piping and sometimes are after treatment. They are the residue of farmlands filled with fertilizer and chemical pesticides. Did not New Hills become known after men started drinking these waters? 25th letter. Shall we go back a little in time to visit with the people who ate their meat very raw, rare and warm, blended with fresh vegetation direct from the earth? We should enjoy our visit in time as we progress, generation after generation, towards more modern times, degree by degree. Together and in hand with our ancestors, we descendants can learn the particular habits of their time, the Middle Ages. This trek will allow us to see many interesting things. I will be your guide and you should be at ease in a warm, limpid atmosphere. Nothing will be hidden if you show me anything of special interest to you. Let us go. Now that we have arrived, may I point out that we must remain not too obvious, although we shall be living among them, so that we can better observe. Do not fear, you risk nothing. We are hereby incorporated into nature like a leaf in a tree, an ear of corn, a solid part of the unending chain of biological activity. We are nude, of course, but covered with air, as they all are, thereby capturing the soothing electric waves flowing. Hold on, I gotta change the page. Flowing from the atmosphere within us to the earth. Our bare feet transmit these currents instantly as we stand on the moist humus vibrant with life itself. Notice that we are accomplishing the sacred mission. You withstood very well the crossing of that deep river despite the chilling waters. How great your appetite grows and how sweet it is to satisfy it with such a good warm chunks of our chosen meat. Not my thing, meat, but therefore you prefer eggs, herb, fruit, or even delicious roots, all so digestible. Sure, have some with the herbs and finish with the fruit that I shall pick for you. Perfect comfort despite the rain that kept us clean, happy and healthy. We are as comfortable as the animals we see enjoying the same pleasures. However, we must move on a few 100,000 years and you feel a little uncomfortable in Chile. Time has changed, as we also have changed our habits of totally relying on the earth, its caverns for shelter and fresh water from the sky. We have started isolating ourselves from the cosmos and we have excluded the actions of the sacred mission. We are losing our hair, but we did get away from the perilous creatures seeking to eat us. We did learn to adjust by using the furs left after our meals and even making them stay on our back for comfort with carved bones, to be later called buttons. In addition, you say that your teeth hurt, and it must be that they are not challenged enough with the soft food we now eat. Shall we consider going back? In time, this is impossible, but we can keep some customs such as having fur on our backs that attract the electricity from the sky. Let's also remember to keep grounded and let us walk barefoot as much as possible in order to stay grounded. As it been noticed for several thousands of years have passed, we are now looking at franc gold. Look, prince-like structures, all built close together with roof, floors, and look closer, isolating floor, plastic clothing, rubber-soled shoes. And as you participate in this dance, you find that the sacred mission being isolated. The electrical contact are slowed down and totally missing as illness becomes very visible. A new era is in existence and we are part of it. That was quite a trip. I'll be back.